Hello, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic night. It's Collegiate Dota 2.
Woo!
I'm Ricky Peterson, known as our Cryptic, with me, probably the best caster in the scene, Carlo. How you doing, buddy?
You already introduced yourself, Ricky. Oh, me! This guy. Well, Ricky, you know what? You could ask me that any night this year, especially any Monday night casting with you, and I would tell you I'm doing fantastic. Same thing goes for right now. Here we are, Ricky. Finally, the grand finals. We're together casting Collegiate Dota.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride, man. I mean, right now we've got a best of 5. Both teams fighting for a, $20,000. What is it?
Who's fighting tonight?
Oh, okay.
Who's
Okay,
playing?
I guess
Who's playing?
might be fine to talk about the teams. We've got our boys.
We can talk about them a little bit. Take the spotlight off of us. Give it to them a little bit. They're also included in the night.
All right. So we've got the one and only University of Illinois Chicago. They've
returning.
They're a little bit well known, returning grand finalists from last year, who took second
with
place
humble
this year.
beginnings.
Yeah, trying to take the first place this time. So they're determined, but they're going against the one and only University of Toronto, known as the Underdogs. And
this time around,
I'd say it's a pretty appropriate name, believe it or not, considering they're going up against such an insane stacked team. Game number 1, man.
I love it. I love the voice lines. They crack me up.
Yeah, they really do. They're hilarious. Always appreciated for sure.
It's probably the best thing that came out of
here.
10 seconds.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say we gotta do a CSL Classic real quick.
Are you talking about the banners?
What's the banners here? Yeah, what happened?
Well, UIC, an artistic bunch, have. There's a long story to this tapestry. Like, as much as I hate to say, this absolute abomination, just complete, in my opinion, could be much better banner, which also has got UIC in trouble in the past. There's actually a history to it. It wasn't just put together. There are multiple edits that have gone to it, and it just pains me that so much effort has gone into something that we'll just say looks like that. On the other hand, the University of Toronto looks like, it's a good picture, but it looks like they maybe spent less than 10 seconds on that one.
Yeah, that one, it's a little bit disappointing. I know UIC pride themselves on their banner, so I'm very surprised. Their coach, Golko, going to be very disappointed if I could take a guess.
Oh man, I think he's just happy. I talked to him, he's very excited, and he said the players are also very excited. For this match. They've been UIC. Both teams have been practicing a lot, but UIC, we know, they have a history of practicing and researching, and they also have a history of picking a certain hero that got banned at the very first ban. Ricky, which hero do you think I might be referring to?
Good old Keeper of the Light, dude.
Rather, they're the ban the Alchemist.
10 seconds.
Yeah, can you see the Keeper of the Light? Like, is that a hero that's there for?
5 seconds.
Yes, on my screen it is. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, well, maybe my game's just bugged. I can't see anything on the Radiant side.
Well, you're missing a good-looking gentleman on a majestic stallion, and that's about it. Don't worry.
Of course. Free game.
Toronto took Alchemist out, not allowing UIC to have their. It's their go-to strategy. If you leave an Alchemist in, UIC is going to pick it, and they'll do it in the first phase. We may not see an Alchemist this entire series.
We've seen it over and over.
It's their go-to strategy.
People letting the Alch through, and that being a mistake. If my memory is if my memory is correct, I believe the University of Toronto let them have the Alchemist in one of the games. No, maybe it was just Waterloo that gave it to him twice.
Yes.
Okay.
The LC. So Bristleback taken away from being paired with Caudle, obviously, also a strong hero.
Yeah, really.
And
strong.
Rubik's been another hero we've been seeing in the first phase. He's just one of those all-around strong heroes. He's also great against Caudle, like stealing Caudle's Chakra and stealing Caudle's ultimate are fantastic, and even Illuminate with the spell amp Rubik has. What's with the LC Bristleback interaction?
5 seconds remaining.
I think they just want to get a hero for Sammy before the rest of his pool just gets banned.
Yeah, that's been a strategy.
Sammy is really comfortable on Legion Commander. It's also a hero that counters Bristleback, right? You just duel him, force him to face you. So it's just a decent pick overall. I think Toronto like to run Bristleback in the 1 position, but it is a flexible hero. Red Eyes plays it on the off lane, I know that.
We've seen Bristleback be very successful in the CSL, and another thing we've seen that you brought up is UIC's opposition targeting Sammy, UIC's offlaner, with their bans. And I like that you mentioned, I think that's a great point, that UIC did want to get Sammy a hero right away before his pool got banned out. And of course, right, Bristleback, want to hit him in the face. LC does a great job of that with Duel. Happy, I really like that strategy for UIC. They're just picking Sammy's hero right away.
Yeah, I agree. Queen of Pain banned out, a hero that we've been seeing tons and tons and tons of love of recently, just because she's just a very strong mid lane hero. Doesn't really get contested by much more than like Kunkka. Yeah, she's
there we go. There it is.
We're gonna be hearing this stuff all game, man.
An honor to have our grand finals immediately after the release of the battle pass. We'll see some soccer.
No kidding.
We'll see some portals. We'll see some peppers.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Hey. Skywrath, Lone Druid. Lone Druid being taken out. Okay. Now, do you think that we may see a PK Ursa versus Toronto's Bristleback?
They could. I think running Ursa Legion's a little too risky, but it's not bad at all.
I agree. They do kind of fill a similar role in a sense, or they both are the same, you know, melee heroes. Same issues, same problems as each other.
Radiant team pick.
Chen.
Hey, Chen. Okay, that's a hero I wasn't expecting to see tonight, and it looks like UIC doesn't care. Immediately snap picking the Mirana.
I like the Mirana into Chen. It is a pretty decent pick because you're looking at a 5 position Chen here, and Mirana makes it really difficult for the Chen to like jungle creeps. You just arrow them, take them out, and you know, set the lane kind of.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, arrow also can be lined up with duel. And we might have, you potentially could have some arrow chakra arrow antics. Currently, though, my concern with UIC's draft, although they're 3 strong heroes, they have no reliable lockdown before level 6. Their first reliable lockdown comes with Duel and arguably Will-O-Wisp from Caudle. Mirana has to hit her stuns, so we're going to be looking for the last 2 picks from UIC to have lockdown, hopefully some reliable lockdown, or UIC's draft will have some issues.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry. I'm still having like a hard time comparing the drafts because none of the heroes show on the Radiant side for me. So I just see the names. I'm just making mental notes of what's actually happening.
Oh man, you got half a draft just like Toronto's half a banner.
Yeah.
Now, do you think we might be seeing an early game team out of University of Toronto with a lane dominating snowball hero like Bristleback and a early pressure hero like Chen? Oh, well, there's a Rikamaru.
That's
nice to see you, Ricky.
Yeah, thank you. You can find me here directly in game, backstabbing some people, finding kills, probably losing the.
It would be so fitting if Ricky was picked by the Radiant, and so you had your issue where you weren't able to see him.
I could actually see him. Man, we're getting so meta right now. I think Rikamaru is decent in general here. It's not like Mirana has a lot of like harass damage against him. High armor, high regen hero. He kind of fills the Terrorblade role where you typically need magic damage to lead him out of lane, and without it definitely struggles.
Going into, is there any direction you see for UIC's lineup right
now?
Like, for example, a pushing lineup. I don't see a direction for them. I think this next pick is going to reveal a lot of information for UIC, what they want to do, and we're going into reserve time, so they're definitely planning it out.
Dire team ban.
Okay, Ricky, well, here we go. Oh, all right. A Necrophos. Interesting. Well,
yeah, sorry, I'm getting.
Necrophos is
I was getting
very
a little
good
question
against.
from production there, so I had to space for a moment. My apologies.
Not a problem. Necrophos is great against Bristleback.
10 seconds.
Just straight up. I mean, there's a very clear counter there. Bristleback actually getting countered by 2 of the cores here for UIC. I don't see the Rikamaru versus Necrophos matchup too often. But I imagine once Necrophos gets tanky, he's not going to be too afraid, except for Diffusal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge Necro favored matchup. Legion Commander is fine in the lane. Like, they'll just put LC against Rikamaru. Overwhelming odds is great. She has great sustaining and regen. Can fight the Rikamaru in lane. Necrophos was one of those heroes that I think paired with the Legion Commander duel is a really easy way to go down the Bristleback. And I think that's what they're looking for out of these 2 heroes. Death Prophet and Storm Spirit, the last bans here.
Now, Rikamaru also is a decent counter to Legion Commander, right? Rikamaru's smokescreen dropped on top of an LC will pretty much stop the outgoing damage from Legion Commander.
Yeah, they did nerf the evasion on a while back, so it doesn't have as much evasion as it used to, but you also... Sorry, Red Eyes really likes this chat wheel. He's having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
But what I was going to say is Rikamaru will need a lot of help to stop that LC duel. They do have Chen's ultimate, which is, I think, one of the main reasons I picked the Chen, is it is a form of save, right? Having God as opposed to having just a Disruption or an Oracle's False Promise.
And it's great against
things
Necro.
that they could have gone. Yeah.
Like
that's a good
Chen
point.
can globally save you from a Necro execute.
Dire team pick.
Spectre. Now here's this is what I want to say about Spectre, Ricky. Because as you know, I've been playing quite a lot of Dota recently, especially with the Battle Pass. I know many people have. Spectre, currently the meta feels like heroes that want to spend a long time farming are weaker because of how early and how often you need to fight. Yet, Spectre remains, in my opinion, to be one of the farm-heavy position 1s that is still viable despite kind of the meta wanting a completely different style of game than you would expect from a Spectre. But Spectre just perfectly fills that to 4 protect 1 and can fight every time Haunt is up.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to just how strong she is in lane. There's very, very few heroes that can bully her out. She's incredibly strong. Yeah, you get 2 to 3 levels of that version. That's some extra regen. Go for the items and build up Radiance. Like she's incredibly sustainable in the laning phase, making it very difficult. And against a Bristleback, it's going to be easy. You just go for the wand. Sustain for the lane, you won't really need to go for the ring. A lot of people end up doing.
Yeah,
it's a pretty decent hero this game, for sure. Allowing her to get on top of the Chen and the Rubik.
Also, the Rikamaru, right? Putting a dust on Spectre in the late game and just popping on Ricky is great. Even just knowing where he is, the illusion will follow him even if you can't see him. However, speaking of last picks, you know what? Honestly, I'm more impressed by the Viper. Think about how great the break, that really area, Nether Toxin, or what's it? It's not Nether Toxin.
Nether Toxin. Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Nether Toxin. That's the AoE that causes break.
Right. On top of the Legion Commander duel, fantastic. Really good against Spectre. In fact, it pretty much counters him. You were already talking about how great Dispersion is. And it's even useful against Necrophos.
Yeah. Because Necro wants to be able to pop Ghost Shroud and big heals, and Viper's damage is entirely magic, right? So popping that Ghost Shroud will just amplify the damage he's going to be taking in that process. Oh my god! This is what I love about Collegiate Dota, baby!
Yes,
okay, well the Dyer's one is completely busted for me, but that was so good. Shout out to you, UIC, for planning that one. That is so good.
Love to see it.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Okay, you know, you said they were practicing before this series. Do you think that's what they were practicing?
Knowing UIC, yes, actually, completely. That's how I imagine them spending their time.
Yeah, I 100%. So I imagine we're getting lots chat wheels during this game is brand new. Just have some fun with teams. Talk about these players. We've got Mio. He's going to be playing the Rikamaru in the safe lane. They've got Magnus Carlsen, Viper in the mid lane. Daim will be on the Chen on that 5 position. Bot lane's going to be Bing on that Rubik. Last but not least, Red Eyes, the one and only off-lane extraordinary.
30 seconds.
Bronzo will be back. Carly, you want to do the?
It's a dangerous lineup. Sure. Well, my man Cancer is going to be going in on Spectre. Next up, Necrophos will be played by PK, one of the most dangerous carries in the CSL. Sammy, before it was banned, managed to snag a Legion commander, a powerful hero for a powerful player. Prodigy is going to be supporting him, shooting arrows. And last but not least, one of my favorite players on one of my favorite heroes, Turtleneck on Coddle of the Light. And already a little bit of action bottom. 3 heroes securing the runes and Spectre being bullied out of lane.
A little bit surprised he went for Spectral Dagger here. If they're doing that, I'm assuming Turtleneck's going to go Chakra Magic. Spam out the Bristleback. Blinding Light is usually...
Our gift from
Illuminate's pretty rare nowadays, I think, out of the...
I've been playing some Coddle, and I have been getting some interesting reactions for going level 1 Illuminate, like the good old days. But I do think all 3 spells level 1 on Coddle. He does go Blinding Light. Now...
Yeah, he grabs it. That's what he needs to do. Absolutely. Mid lane, PK's Necrophos versus Viper. This is... I mean, it's not a great Necro lane. Viper, a lot of magic damage as he auto attacks from the poison attack. Necrophos does... The way PK's playing it right now, just being aggressive, shoving the lane in to give him an XP lead, and then try and reset the equilibrium after. But he's got 7 CS in the first 2 waves. That is and a denial.
That's what I expect from PK.
PK's owning this mid lane. This is impressive.
Now, one thing we could even note is that PK and Cancer, they switch roles as cores. Speaking of Cancer, taking quite a bit of damage bottom. Cancer often can be seen playing mid for UIC and PK playing the safe lane. A versatile lineup.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that gives UIC a lot of their strength. They are flexible players, to say the least.
Arrow
they
connects
have
top.
Comfort picks that they would rather play with. So, what we're going to see.
Necro mid. Going under tower. PK. Ooh. He goes down.
Yeah, well, my bad on that one. I had just moved the camera top, but yeah, you were correct. First blood in the mid lane, and honestly, Viper getting that level 2 poison attack, that's kind of what I expected to see.
Worked very well for him. Chase him under tower. PK had nowhere to go. PK actually turned around. I just get it over with. Arrow looking for one top. I don't think Prodigy's going to go for it.
Grabs him revolving up. Yeah, lots of damage coming out from the Legion. That first, he has the Orb of Venom that he sent out after the first wave, making Sammy just that much more deadly in this. We'll have to be careful inside of Toronto.
Doesn't matter what hero you put Sammy on. That's what he does. That's why he's here in the finals. It's just his thing. Whatever hero, it doesn't matter what it is. He's just killing people. He's just filling his role. He's making space. He's tough. He puts a lot of pressure on his opposition. He might be one of the most
consistent top performers.
Fantastic.
Every time
happy to see him.
In every lane, he always does really. So he's a big part of their team.
Hey, we got a ghost pickup by Chen top Ricky. Now this creep is not to be underestimated. 25% movement slow.
And
it's just awful to deal with. Yeah, here we go.
He'll just melee.
Creep's going, and there it is. Yeah.
The good old Marana counter. There we go.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, in lanes where you don't have a way to deal with that ghost. There's only a few creeps that still have piercing damage. The ghost is one of them, and then a full summoner camp that has it. And percentage of hero. Really important.
You were right about bottom. We're going 2 points in Chakra and Spectre. What he's doing is he's standing on top of Bristleback and shooting the dagger at Rubik, hitting both of them every time.
Yeah, this is nice. He went for the Ring of Tarask, which is, I think, correct here because, like we pointed out, normally you'd pick up a Soul Ring for regen, but when you're against a Bristleback, you can just pick up a single pick for mana, and you have Coddle as well, and you just pick up a Ring of Tarask. And now Cancer, he's gonna probably put it. He's probably gonna go like 3-0-3, if I had to guess. build, and there we'll see it maybe make some rotations, haunt, but he's gonna have a pretty safe lane.
PK actually had a rotation mid from Turtleneck's Coddle just to give him mana so he could heal.
Yeah, I saw
doing
that.
Great. Level 5
PK's
versus
still
level
farming,
4.
19 on the CS.
Yeah, he just can't maintain. Now, speaking of, Bristle and Spectre going back and forth bottom.
Spectre's
going
gotta be
under tower
careful
with
here.
the Soul Ring. Bristleback wants to go. 3 sacks on
Kinda
Spectre,
baiting
4
him.
sacks on Spectre. Yeah.
Hey,
There's
nice
the Coddle,
ward there,
Rubik
but
season
they
as
baited
well.
Red Eyes
Bounce
for
him
sure here.
back. There's a dagger. They're just going to play it safe. I think that's correct because Coddle and Spectre just want to play it slow. They win the regen game easily. No rush.
Exactly. That's the thing a lot of people struggle to realize in a game like this. You don't have to get this. You don't have to kill the Bristle.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best case scenario is Spectre lives and then Bristle pushed off the lane, and that's exactly what we see, right? Red Eyes tower waiting for his here, while Spectre just has 11 base regen. You can always go back to the tower for an extra. And Coddle has a headdress. So she almost topped back off full health by the time Red Eyes finishes south.
That 11.5 regen is beautiful. Now Ricky, Necrophos got sent back to his base because he got ulted by Viper. He needs some help. He can't stay here. Viper just keeps kicking him out of lane over and over. Top lane's been going quite slow, but Sammy's #1 on CS, however, Ricky's second. So top lane's been where we're hitting creeps. Mid lane seems to be where Viper's hitting Necrophos. Bottom lane, Spectre are just out regenning Toronto. However, it hasn't been too one-sided just yet. Actually, it's very impressive how good of a job Rubik and Bristleback are doing, playing against Toronto or rather playing against Coddle and Spectre.
Not bad at all. Top
So you'd
lane,
think, especially
Sammy,
with the
top
retries.
CS, as expected. So he's doing well. Mio was left alone for a little bit thanks to the Chen, so he is level 6 on the Rikamaru.
Speaking of, Chen's coming mid.
He can contest Marana.
Oh,
He'll be
get a
fine.
kill, get a kill. Kills,
I
no
think right
kills.
now
Oh, okay.
UIC is pretty happy with how things are going. There is like a little bit of a power spike that's going to come from Toronto here in about 10 minutes. The Bristleback, the the Bristleback and the Viper are going to be extremely powerful. So you do have to respect that. Be very careful. Bottom lane.
Bottom
though,
side, Rubik's in trouble. All the spells have been used. We had an Illuminate, Connect, a Blinding Light knockback, but a Telekinesis will keep some distance between the supports while the cores go at it. Everyone low health. Spectre, still plenty of mana though. Hey. Taken
That's
out,
a
revenge
Reaper
mid
side.
lane from a Prodigy rotation.
All right, that's a huge kill. We were just talking about how Viper and Bristleback are going to create this huge power spike for their team, but Marana setting up a fantastic kill. That arrow into the Reaper Scythe, and that's an arcane runed Reaper Scythe. So it's only going to be up in just about 80 seconds as opposed to the default. Turtleneck does
Cuddle
go down
drops.
bottom here. Yeah.
It was just a skirmish, and he underestimated Fable. One thing I think, honestly, I think this happens a lot. I think people do underestimate the damage on Fable quite a bit. Because he was just right up in
3
Rubik's
points.
face. Hey, and then more pressure back and forth. Kills back and forth. Net worth slightly in UIC's favor, but really not a definitive lead right now. The most one-sided aspect of this game has got to be the mid lane, where somehow Necrophos is still out CSing Viper. Is that jungle creeps? Must be.
It's a little bit of jungle creeps for sure, but we do want to point back to the fact that Necro did have a fantastic wave 1 and 2. And that's where a lot of his like early lead in CS came from. Bottom.
A little bit of action bottom. Coddle's in
here.
a lot of trouble. Coddle's gonna drop. We might see a kill on Bristleback, but Spectre's in trouble with 4 stacks. About to make it 5
It's a level
stacks.
6 Bristle now.
Here we go. One more. Pop 'em. Spectre tries to turn, but it's not enough. Taken out. Other side of the map,
That's
Marana
3
dropped
big
as
kills.
well.
Yeah, both
Very,
support.
very.
They did take down Chen, but Is it dual champ? Okay, so it was a dual victory for Sammy in the top lane against
It's
the
Sammy. It's dual damage,
so at least
baby.
Not completely wasted, but it is a rough loss for the Spectre. That's the hero that
Check out
really
mid. Check out
can't afford
mid.
to be-
With the Invis rune, Viper Strike comes out, immediate TP.
Yeah, TP.
Oh,
He just
nice.
cancels. I like it.
He fakes it. Yeah.
No points in Ghost Shroud, which is expected against the Viper, right? No real point in going for it. Doesn't help you at all. So he's just got this 3-0-4 build with the Heartstopper to get as much regen from these jungle creeps as possible. Help enable his
And
game.
Spectral Dagger level 3 stolen by Rubik. Here we go. First one comes
Really?
out.
Ooh, bottom lane with
Ricky rotates
Rickamaru.
bottom. Telekinesis. All three surrounded. Bristleback once again chasing him. Taken out. Restolen the dagger. Caudle. Nothing he can do. Spectre struggling.
Yeah, I mean, net worth wise, it's still slightly favoring UIC. Rickamaru being played by Mio, we always see him do really well in these games, and he's up there for sure. But it's this Necrophos and this Spectre that you do have to worry about it. If Spectre
Oh,
does
dual
get
top
into
from
the time
Sammy.
creates-
We're going to see Bristle drop. 4 damage.
All right, Sammy is a god gamer.
That's what he does, man.
Yeah, this guy, top net worth in the off lane, 2 dual victories by 10 minutes. He's gonna be able to push a lot of damage into this tier 1 tower as well. And Prodigy's chasing down the
Mirana and
He
Chen
just
are
wants
hanging
to
out.
get the rune.
Mounted. Spectre's coming in. Chen gets the rune. Chen in trouble. Take a creep. No, he's going to TP out. Arrow
He
hits.
can't.
I think Chen's dead. Ricky, what's
Yeah,
going
he
on
can't go.
here? Bye-bye. Fantastic job, Prodigy, finding a kill out of that.
Yeah, he's got an urn like pretty close to his spirit vessel. Like he's really not that far off. 1,300
Wow.
gold and he's got it.
You know what's quite nice about Mirana? Mirana kind of does like what you want to do on Pudge, right? Like if you walk around and hit all your arrows, you're gonna have a good game on Mirana. And you can really see it in the support Mirana's item build, how their accuracy, right? If you're hitting arrows and getting kills, support Miranas can get very farmed.
So real quick, Cancer has the 4th point in Spectral Dagger now, which is a lot of damage, but as you pointed out, stolen now by the Rubik. You need to be careful. Mio is just going to keep taking this damage, and it is really hard for the Rickamaru to contest this lane because he doesn't have any kill threat on this Spectre, like at all. This hero, incredibly tanky, 8 armor, tons of regen and health. Like, without a 3rd hero, I don't think they find the kill onto the Spectre.
Dire's bottom tower. Attack.
Exactly, yeah, it's like, definitely go for him, but he's not the easiest to go. Ricky doing quite well, though. 1.5 Blades of Alacrity. Actually, one thing I want to point out, too, is we mentioned PK and Cancer swapping. Mio can go mid, actually, for Toronto.
Yeah.
So they have that ability as well.
Yep, we've seen Mio in the mid lane multiple times. This is really the only hero that I see constantly staying in the off lane, not really willing to change that up. I don't blame him. The dude is super strong in the lane. And we'll see him here getting up another stack, and he's just going to farm up these jungle stacks as fast as possible. The Radiant do know what's happening, so maybe Sammy will contest this, or the Necro even. 6 heroes in the bottom lane, though.
Yeah. Caudle and Spectre up to their old tricks again. Dagger, Chakra, Dagger, Chakra. Pitting creeps.
PK's got his mech completed. He's just going to rush those Guardian Greaves as soon as possible.
I like it. And who's going to get the Force Staff now? Is that going to be the Caudle item? Probably.
Spectre bottom. This might just be a kill.
Oh, we're
Falls
going
down.
in. Yeah, taken out. Mio.
That level 4
Fantastic. He's going for
dagger,
more.
no
Under
joke.
tower. TP coming in from PK. Another one from Mirana. But Mio, he cannot be stopped. But can he be found, Ricky? Hiding in the trees out.
Don't have any detection.
Now, in a
He's just hiding.
counterattack.
Radiant's middle tower.
UIC are the ones turning invisible. Up top, hunting. Legion Commander Sammy right behind Chen. Right on top of him. We have TPs in. Sammy, don't do this. Your team's not here. Be careful, my friend. He's going for it. Ricky's there. He doesn't know. Stun. Throw him on the cliff.
Oh,
He's stuck.
no.
No TP. This is bad, Ricky.
Oh, no,
having some
Sammy. His courier's coming in with
Courier,
the blade.
Courier.
He getting
No
murdered.
way.
Oh.
Ricky,
Dude, he's gonna get the
they
duel
had him.
still. They have Reaper
They let
Scythe
him
and
go.
everything.
And he's going to get the duel. And the scythe.
How
They
did this
had him right where
happen?
they want him. Now Mio's going in. Okay, PK, let's turn it around.
Radiant's
Carlson, Mio's dropping low, no mana, low health. Surrounded by Sammy, goes on Prodigy. Bottles back. buy some time. Again, turning on PK, being kept alive. He has the wand if he needs it. Arrow connects on Viper, but PK will fall. Next up, Sammy, forced out. The force of Toronto. 4 players here. Sammy goes in. He doesn't stop. He's broken. Spectre's haunting. He's stunned. He's thrown. But on the back line, we have Ricky and Viper running out and Illuminate connects, but it does not save Mirana. Now Spectre, Caudle on the back line. Sammy, he's gone. Ricky, I don't think they can do this. Down.
This
Another
is
one for
a
Neo.
huge win for Toronto.
Neo pushed Ricky to his limits. He was in that fight with less than half health, probably longer than he was in it with more than half health.
Yeah, huge win for
and
Toronto.
And a regen too.
They get three kills. They don't bring down the Spectre, but they get 3 big kills. They managed to keep that Rikimaru alive, and it's really this Viper showing up there after the duel. Very, like we said, Viper and Bristleback are going to be very strong right now, and the fact that Rikimaru had such a strong lane, he's level 11, close to finishing Diffusal. So he puts out a decent amount of damage, and if you don't have catch for this hero, you're gonna die to him. So it's right now looking really good for the side of Toronto as they just snake the gold lead ahead of UIC.
I can attest as a longtime support player that the Rikimaru Diffusal timing is an absolute nightmare. And what's it looking like? 16 minutes he's going to have it? About 16 minutes, Rikimaru will be able to easily solo a support and potentially even a core because of how fast this Diffusal blade pickup is.
Yeah, I mean, it's being delivered. This
is terrifying.
It's on courier
Oh
right now.
my god. So he is very dangerous. If UIC can handle Rikimaru, that is a great way to start a fight. He might be the dual target now. He probably is the dual target now, honestly. If UIC knows that he has a Diffusal, that is.
It's hard to say, right? You want to kind of duel the Chen so he doesn't get the Hand of God off.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, that's
But even then, the follow-up damage is rough. The last big fight, Turtleneck wasn't level 6 on the Keeper of the Light yet, so not having that Will-O-Wisp is kind of a big deal, as it does set up a good amount of their damage. But they committed Reaper Scythe and Duel to kill the Chen before the fight started.
Prodigy actually just gave away UIC's sneaky positioning, arrowing a catapult. Viper saw it and has pinged them out.
They have a nice ward back there behind the tower too. Bottle of haste rune? No, I'm just gonna pick it up on Necro. No bottles.
Now Rubik is gonna be looking to steal Will-O-Wisp. Here we go, right on the Viper, going in. Execute does not finish him. The Will-O-Wisp drop, fantastic. We have the counter. Execute also does not finish him. First to fall will be Viper. Not executed, not dueled, but he did go down. The Will-O-Wisp has decided. PK looking for Bristle, getting stunned up, pulled back in. Is UIC retreating or going? They rebuild their formation, they push out the creeps. And I think they're going to be okay.
They're content with that for sure. They committed
very expensive
everything.
trade, but yeah, went for very slightly in UIC's favor for how much was actually used there. I think that was good though, right? Use everything, get a little bit
was bottom the whole time, right? So the 5-man.
Speaking of Spectre, he's been caught. The Diffusal blade going on him, out of mana. They have no way to break this. Rubik telekinesis. There it is. That's a dead Spectre.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were saying it's not bad because the Spectre was farming, but a great ward here in lane, scouting that retreat, punishing the Spectre's positioning on a very dangerous spot of the map. That is like the worst place Spectre could be. She needs to be in the triangle or dire jungle right now. And Spectre really needs a decent Radiance timing. She's getting close, but that death definitely costs her quite a bit.
For sure, and that's what we're talking about with the Ricky Diffusal. Of all the targets, he reveals it, killing the most important one on the map. And next in line is a Keeper of the Light. Arrow connects on Bristle. Ricky goes in, unable to finish. Caudle goes deep. Is Ricky going to be safe to get out? Yes, I think so. PK, are you going to be safe? Yes, I think so. However, the tower, not so much. T1 taken by Toronto.
And this game's looking hard for the boys on UIC. Toronto right now definitely feeling this momentum very well right now, and
very well.
They kind of just need to wait. UIC is really just on this timer where they just like, okay, we gotta wait Spectre Radiance, and then once we have Spectre Radiance, we kind of need to wait for another item to really start fighting. So it's Toronto is pretty much playing this game perfectly, right? Like they want to push the objectives, take the map over, slow down the Spectre farm as much as possible.
They are doing an excellent job controlling the map, playing a solid game of Dota, and that's what I expect from every game we're going to watch tonight, is just a solid overall game of Dota. And we've already seen that from Sammy, the pressure he applied. Every time there was room for Sammy to be aggressive in the lane phase, he took that opportunity to be aggressive, and now we're seeing it in return from Toronto as the first items come out. Every time there's an opportunity to push a tower to get a kill, we see Mio and we see Chen ready to move. And here we go.
I will be
Rotations being
blown
made
away
now.
if they get away with this smoking, or with this
Light Shadow.
Shadow.
On top of Chen.
There it
Duel.
is.
This is damage. This is damage. They go for the execute too. Much better than in the mid lane.
It's under attack.
This is just a lucky ward that they weren't able to scout on the side of Toronto, right? Like a really nice placed ward there from the boys on University of Illinois. And
Yeah.
they just get themselves a free duel victory using those cooldowns, and this is kind of all that they want. Oh, the essence ring drop from the
Great
from the
pickup.
trusty shovel creep. That feels pretty good. What I was gonna
Yes,
say is
sir.
this is all UIC wants to do: find a quick pick off and then go back to farming. That is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Stall, stall, stall. Chen, Bristleback, Viper, Ricky, you're on the clock. Those heroes are all very strong, but much stronger in the mid game, and especially early mid game before your opposition has items. Taking the game late, we have the infinite scaling of Legion Commander. We have percentage-based damage of Necrophos, always great, especially high. And we have Spectre, arguably one of the hardest carries in the game if we want to go.
Yeah. So they
However,
just smoked
Viper,
up on their
though,
high
is a
ground,
great
looking mid, which is surprising. They have Blink Duel up and available. Blade Mail on the Legion. Turtleneck,
Oh.
Scout. I mean, doesn't take the regen.
I think they
Denied, I
gave
guess.
that over.
Okay. So they're a little bit afraid to take the fight, and I don't blame them. Like, look at Spectre. She just wants the radiant. She's like,
Yes,
guys,
please.
don't bring the fight to me. Fight somewhere else.
Yeah. Radiance.
She's getting rotated on hard right now. This is the worst place again
this
that
is
she could
bad,
be.
dude. This is so bad. Uh-oh, yeah, that's the defusal again. I don't know if Spectre's getting out of this one.
No.
Okay, we might have a fight here without a Spectre. Toronto will be happy to take this, and we see that. Their pursuit past the tower. Bristleback, first one in. Coddle, Necrophos, get to your high ground. This jungle, this is Toronto. Going deep, they managed to get him
boy.
on his doorstep behind two T2s.
Yeah,
Toronto
they're feeling
runs
real
this map.
strong right now. This is again, it's just bad positioning on the map from the Spectre. Look at Dire's vision, right? Like if we put Dire vision on, look at their wards. 5 observer wards, bottom half of the map. That is how they're playing this. That's all they want. They want to see who's farming in their woods, and they're going to constantly just immediately rotate over to punish it. They finally now see the ward placed, so they will get that one dewarded. So now there is no vision for the Radiant in their jungle. Top half of the map is where Spectre needs to be, because Dire can't afford to be ganking the Spectre up there, because they get no objectives from it. Right now, since that Spectre dies, they've taken a good fight. They get a free tier 2 because of it. So this is kind of the situation you get put in by playing the wrong side of the map.
Check out the toggle the vision.
Oh yeah, I have.
see him.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I was talking about, right? There were 5 observer wards.
No contest.
I guess there was 4 observer wards. I can't count, but there were 4 observer wards placed in the Radiant jungle by Toronto. So
Ricky
any
might
hero
find a
showing
Coddle.
up there
Invis.
gets down.
Under a ward. Ricky, he killed him
Nice
in the blink of an
convenient
eye.
sentry there.
Yeah, geez. I don't even know if it would have mattered how fast dealt with him. The Imp Claw. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how good Imp Claw is for Ricky. The critical damage on his already critical damage. Gosh, he hits
super
very
strong.
hard, almost breaking 500 damage. Non-mana.
Yeah, that is really good.
Well, I didn't even think that's a great combination. Getting the crit from neutral. Okay. Well, Bristleback gonna lead this charge. Sammy gonna lead the defense. Arrow's gonna miss. Magnus Carlson on Viper, pushing up with Bristle, pressuring the T2 mid. Toronto making a move in the meantime. Spectre might have taken your advice, Ricky. Look.
Yeah, I think
Gone
that's
now.
correct. Yeah. She's back with the team, but that's definitely where she needs to be. So they smoke
There's
up
a
now. She
smoke.
has Relic, getting closer and closer to the Radiance. It is 23 minutes though, and your Spectre does not have a Radiance, which feels really bad. Radiant trying to clear out their own jungle.
I love the things coming out. Everyone's trying to figure out the counter smoke comes out. Red Eye baiting mid with the counter smoke, Ricky. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean they're so
No,
strong.
they revealed the
just
smoke.
they're about to get oh, they did finish that. So they have Halberd finished up on the Bristleback. Mario just going for a BKB next, which I love. I mean, Toronto knows their
Ow.
timing. They know that they just need to take a high ground lane of racks probably by the 27, 28 minute mark, ideally. Definitely before 30. But if they take one good fight here, they can easily go high ground. They have plenty of damage between the Bristleback, the Rikamaru, and the Viper,
Radiance.
plus Chen army, right? He brings tons of stuff to the pool. Party.
So Toronto managed to push the Radiance back 24 minutes. Speaking of power spikes like the Diffusal and Ricky, this is a massive one for UIC. They're back in the game. They just need to take a fight and prove it.
It's still really hard. There's Rikamaru has a DD right now. That is okay. Avoid at all costs.
Maybe not the
basically.
time.
Yeah, maybe not the
UIC
He's
wants
gonna
to
walk right up
reveal.
into a ward. Maybe. Well, it's gonna get scouted. They see Mio. The question is, do they punish
UIC
this?
really wants to go. There we go. Great Will-O-Wisp
The
though.
duel.
And the
Yeah,
Illuminate
they got him,
Radiant damage
baby.
coming out. Sammy hits the duel and we have an execute on Ricky, taken right out of there. Next up, UIC sets their sight on the entire Toronto team, getting confused by the Will-O-Wisp. Backside, Spectre takes out Chen. Middle of the fight, Prodigy jumps. Rubik taken down the stairs. Now Necrophos being pushed out. However, it's just a
lives.
fate. Sammy with him, Viper and Bristleback, the two tankiest heroes combined. However, surrounded by UIC, very little they can do on the backside. The creeps can't even help. Everyone has fallen, and the only survivor, Bristleback on Toronto. This is a new UIC, Ricky. This is not the UIC we
God.
saw 10 minutes ago.
We talked about Toronto wanting to take one good fight and then turning it into a high ground lane of barracks, and instead, Mio going onto the high ground gets immediately dueled Reaper Scythe with no save coming out from
Everything.
Toronto. That boy is dead. That DD rune just backfired, right? Because it was he just gets blade mail duel. He didn't get onto the targets.
I'm amazed because that felt as though UIC knew, right? Like there was no hesitation. It was Will-O-Wisp, it was duel, it was Reaper Scythe. Like they saw Ricky, they won on Ricky.
Yep,
And you know what's
absolutely.
crazy is, especially because of that double damage, that was obviously the right play. That was, in my opinion, the only way they were winning a fight is if Ricky wasn't there. And UIC managed to take a fight by eliminating Ricky. It was so perfect. Any other hero, and we might have seen Toronto take that fight with Ricky's double damage.
Yeah, that would. If he could have gotten onto the back line, he would have immediately taken down
tore
Keeper of the
people
Light
up.
or the Marana.
Yeah.
No issues at all.
Yeah,
maybe
he would've-
even the Necrophos if he can get on top of the Necro. But
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, great-
perfect target.
great
How much
plays.
money was he worth?
I don't know.
Just missed it. 9 times godlike Stree though, taken away. Games even right up, less than 1,000
I mean, that's going to be hundreds of gold, 500 to 700 gold probably at this point in the game. They're going to go into the Roche pit, which maybe they regret not doing earlier, but I think the Radiant, they know about this. They're just guessing.
Here's the Illuminate. Now this will scout. We do have a Will-O-Wisp for this fight too.
Or
Okay.
down scouting this rotation out.
We have some creeps going in. They're gonna scout the way. Bristleback as well. Meantime, look at this. Spectre farming. This is what we want to see.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like this is the game plan. They have Haunt in 7. Spectre's totally content just being mid, clearing the waves.
Yeah.
And farming the jungle.
Well
the rest
solved.
of UIC just got to be careful not to fall to this Rikamaru. A nice defensive sentry up on the high ground, and they're just huddled around that bad boy.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Still sitting in Roshan, but he's gonna take a while to finish that. In the meantime, a lot of time for Spectre to kill creeps.
Yeah.
Quickening Gem. Is that a Necrophos item? I think that may be. Essence Ring is good too. Here we go. Coming in. Sammy looking for Bristle. Finds a Viper Strike though. Forced out. Initiation thwarted on the backside. That's what we want to see. Ricky finds a support. Takes him out immediately. Toronto. This is the fight they're looking for. UIC running on the backside. We also have a courier kill taken out.
So they
Rubik
get
actually
the
stole the
stolen
Moonlight
Moonlight
Shadow.
Shadow, which was really interesting for that fight. But yeah, Rikamaru positioning really well on the backside of the fight. They have Ward Sentry down just to make sure that he
Big
is,
Illuminate.
free of vision.
Side. Sammy, PK, Spectre goes in. Haunt, Roche about to fall. Will-O-Wisp,
no.
Blinding Light. Spectre has picked up
It's
the
a
Aegis
disaster.
and a kill on Rikamaru. He pushes on the backside. Chen's on the run. Doesn't even look at Viper. Leave that to his teammates. Spectre cannot be stopped. Make it 2. Next up, the Bristleback, the Viper. Look at this.
duel.
Everywhere you
Reaper
go,
side.
just these delicious kills. Viper taken out next, Ricky. 3 for nothing and an Aegis. UIC is taking this game over.
Yep, that's the power of Keeper of the Light and Haunt, right? They know this Roshan getting low, so they Haunt in for vision. Coddle's like, oh, okay, like 20 HP sounds good. Let me just drop this quick little ultimate.
Dire's top tower.
Spectre takes that Aegis. I think it was no, it wasn't even a snatch. It was Radiant kill on Roshan, and they get the Aegis.
Oh,
Yeah, this game is starting to tilt really far in favor for UIC here based on the pacing of this.
Bristleback's trying to get another fight started here.
They got plenty of
spells
mobility. They're out.
DK takes off. Hey, spider legs.
Spider legs? I think you're gonna put that. Maybe you
normally it would be your position 1 a lot of the time, or someone who needs to get a melee range, but Spectre definitely doesn't need it. Spider legs is one of my favorite neutral items. I think it's so much fun.
They might put it on Sammy. It's a pretty good item for the Legion Commander this game.
Not bad. Yeah, he's holding up. Well, I mean, the Arcane Ring, honestly, the 10 tower is so good for a tier 1 item. Like every hero will use that. Yeah, Craigie coat too. We got some fun items coming. Map control though, even after that last fight, still Toronto, or at least Red Eyes, very comfortable crossing the river. Again though, UIC, they're happy to stall, happy to play the game. We have level 20 soon on Spectre. That's another power spike. You think you're gonna go for the little dagger talent game because he has the Coddle?
No, actually. Yeah, he goes for it. I think that cooldown is just too good. 12 desolate damage is like kind of a meme, I think. Like, you don't really care about having 12 desolate damage, but your spectral dagger cooldown being halved is pretty wild. The only reason you don't ever take that is if you don't have mana regen, but you have a Coddle, so you're right. Yeah,
and Coddle gives him an instant one as well.
Yeah.
So he actually gets 2. And that's a massive movement. Net change of who he's chasing, having the minus and him having the increase. Go, we're gonna see it. Not quite. Oh no, he doesn't.
They're smoked up behind the Spectre right now. This is a fight UIC want to force because they've got the Aegis. They're very strong right now. All ultimates are available. Toronto, they need to get a pick, but instead of getting the pick, it's Bristleback. Reaper side up again.
Now that's the channel we were talking about. We don't have execute. He still does go down. And it was Red Eye was there for a long time. Like for over a minute, Red Eye was the only one crossing the river. So I guess
he was bottom.
Kind of makes sense when he got caught out
by the rest of them. I think they assumed the team was behind the Spectre in the mid lane, but a nice rotation from them ends up finding the Bristleback with the help of that Spirit Vessel, preventing some of the healing from that Chen ult. Obviously, Reaper Scythe duel, very good for dealing with that hero. And I mean, this Bristleback's tanky. 2,500 health. He has a pipe of his own, going for a basher, it looks like, which is interesting.
Hey, we have a
Moonlight. He had a BKB queued up, but I guess he decided to change his mind.
Not feeling well. There's not a lot for it, right? Like it's only a damage reducer, not a control reducer. Which is fair, right? It's good either way, but I mean, maybe we got a little bit more.
Sammy gets scouted by the Rikamaru there, so the Dire gotta be careful. Gonna back up a little bit.
The Chen pick is kind of feeling weak to me, Ricky. I don't know about you, but it seems like Chen is essentially Hand of God, and we haven't been seeing some pressure or some micro ganks or anything of the sort.
Yeah, Chen's timing is kind of coming to an end, is the unfortunate thing for him. Like, he farms well. Don't get me wrong. Like, he farms really well. He allows you to make global movements with recall, but he is definitely falling off a little bit.
Yeah, I just need like more of an impact, right? Like it's one of those things where it's like if you put any other hero in his role, there's only been the one situation so far where it felt like Chen has excelled, which was not even saving Bristleback's life, but just stopping him from getting the Reaper Scythe. So he had the longer. Oh, just farming. Well, now this time we have UIC crossing the river.
This game's been incredibly close. Like, just looking at net worth, it was about almost 4,000 in favor of Toronto, now 4,000 in favor of UIC, but it hasn't really been extremely one-sided one way or the other. To me, it just seems like UIC know exactly how they want to play the game. Aegis does get picked up there, or reclaimed rather, so no more second life for the Spectre. Top net worth, though, by quite a bit. Like now 4,000 in front of the Bristleback.
Do you think? Ooh, wow! Ricky doesn't even know what happened with the Coddle there. Do you think that this is? Hold on, Ricky's going in. He goes in on the LC. BKB is popped now. Bristleback getting the high ground vision. We have the duel coming up. The Spectre on the backside. Spectre immediately stunned. Will-O-Wisp coming out. We don't have a damage kill, but we do have a kill on Ricky. That's a lot of damage from Toronto. Next, Chen will fall. 3 heroes remaining versus the 5 from UIC. Fighting behind the T2. Pushing Toronto back up the high ground. We have XU coming out and it connects. Viper, 100 seconds. You're out of the match. Red Eyes, you can run, but that's the wrong way. UIC, the combined force, chase him away, claim his tower, and soon will be pushing the high ground in game 1 of the Grand Finals. This is what UIC wanted. This year, they do not want to finish second. Ricky, is Toronto out, or do they still have a chance to keep playing?
This game looks pretty over to me. We talked about Toronto having this timer, right, of being able to shut down the Spectre. The death ball that comes out from UIC here at this phase of the game is so terrifying. And Toronto did really well early. They definitely controlled the lanes. They found some really good kills. It was really that one fight when Spectre got that Radiance and they were able to pick off that Rikamar right at the start where things start like kind of swing back their way. And then happening a second time at that Roche pit is pretty much devastating. That was like the nail in the coffin, really, for the side of Toronto.
Not only did they not get the last hit on Roche, they didn't get the age.
Yeah, and they only lost the Mirana, I believe, on the side of UIC. They lose the Mirana only and end up taking all 3 cores. Oh no, Bristleback I think was the lone survivor, but something like that. But they get most of the pick up most of the heroes off Toronto. It's just at this point, UIC has full control of the map, right? And this is where it gets really difficult, especially against a Spectre who has global presence with Haunt. She can just keep farming up. She's going to be able to outfarm any core on the side of Toronto. Rikamar, not a farming hero. He has that fresh BKB, but doesn't feel like it's really going to do a whole lot in this game.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thought process we talked about with Bristleback. The BKB is there to stop damage. It's not there to stop control. He can still get hit. Now, he is having an issue with taking too much damage, so hopefully that's the item that's going to keep him alive. BKB is also going to allow him to be aggressive. Honestly, I do think it's the right pickup. It's just kind of frustrating, right? It's not BKB is one of the best items in the game. It's just not as good as it normally is this game, but still probably is the right item.
Yeah,
Necropose in trouble. Frontliners. Here we go. Finally, Sammy backs him up. Prodigy going in to help him out as well. Red Eyes not executed, but taken out. UIC regroups, goes invisible. Viper lays down the Nether Toxin. Ricky pops his BKB, but UIC is not afraid. Charging to the back, finishes the Chen, drops the Will-O-Wisp, pushes Toronto back to your side of the river, takes out the Rubik. Follow it up with the Viper. The only one left is the Ricky. It kept him alive, but not his team, Ricky. UIC is marching down the mid lane. GG is called, and they take game 1 convincingly.
Yeah, this is exactly the scenario that UIC wanted, right? They know that they want to take these 5-on-5 fights with their ultimates, and Toronto gave it to them every time. UIC just playing extremely well. They're gonna go ahead and force the next game here. Now up technically 2-0, right? Because they had that 1 game advantage. Is that correct? All right, so pretty solid first game, right? That was
yes, sir. UIC,
not
man. I'm telling you, Ricky. I said it before, and I'll say it again, man. This is the Alchemist strategy, but it's with Spectre. It's the same thing. I can just tell you. I can tell you when it's gonna rain, and I can tell you when Alchemist is gonna ban, and those are kind of like my thing. Those are my 2 things I do, Ricky. And this. There you go. I just showed you right there. Alchemist got banned first.
You gotta be careful, man. People might try and come after you if you're a prophet.
With great power comes great responsibility. I understand. I promise I will power, but that's it right there. That's it. So without an Alchemist.
10 seconds remaining.
All right. You think
Visage ban, by the way?
Yeah, that's a hero PK plays that we've seen. There was a couple times when UIC pulled out a safe lane Visage and went for like a really early death ball lineup, and they crushed it when they did do it. So I think they actually did it against Toronto. I believe they actually unveiled that against Toronto in the upper bracket finals. Now that I think about it,
I think that sounds familiar. I believe so, because I remember, because Visage is one of my favorite heroes in the game. I absolutely and I just want to talk about it, and I want to know in general.
Yeah,
it's one of the lowest picked heroes in the game. It's always been.
Yeah, right. The skill cap on the hero is really high, so it does take a lot of coordination to play it. But at the same time, it's it's not good in pubs most of the time because it does require a team to be built around the Visage. And a lot of people in pubs just want to right-click creeps, AFK, sit in the jungle, do a little PvE fun,
watch Netflix.
Yeah,
go AFK.
And Visage definitely doesn't want any of that, so it's not a fun hero to play in pubs for the most part.
He is a pressuring hero. I love it. I played him. I played him in a game the other day, and I did him the old way, like the
Radiant team pick.
And I feel like I think Visage is probably in a fine spot. I think he does what he needs. He doesn't need to be used. Grimstroke first. Now this puts pressure on UIC to figure out what they want to do with Lich, right?
Yeah. They take the Legion immediately.
So this is okay. They'll give him the Lich, and they'll take that. I like that. Now, hear me out, Rick. Two things I want to talk about. One, does U of T actually want Lich? And two, Sammy's #1 hero.
I'm gonna go Ricky, I think. Yeah. I was gonna say they're gonna go Ricky, 100%.
How'd you do that?
Mio did really good on it. He wasn't the issue. Yeah, he wasn't the issue last game, and Grimstroke Ricky is one of those lanes that is really good and it can deal with Legion Commander. So I think this is a good opening, good change to their draft for sure.
So is Legion Commander Sammy? Nothing was banned, right? Unless Bat Rider.
5 seconds remaining.
But it seems like if Sammy doesn't have a hero banned.
Yeah, he definitely prefers the hero. He's really comfortable on it in lane. It was banned against him pretty much all season, and then when that backup hero for him, you usually ended up being like Mars or Night Stalker. Right. And he just does great on those heroes too. So I think teams are just being like, you know what, let Sammy have whatever hero he wants because he's going to do good on it. And let's focus on banning the rest of the team and setting ourselves up for a good game. And they do that by banning the Alchemist, the Visage, the Bat Rider, the Keeper of the Light. And I think these are better. I think it's a much better choice because otherwise you're going to ban 3 offlaners and an Alk, right? Because they're not going to let the Alk through. And then you're giving up Keeper of the Light, potentially Bat Rider. You can give PK his Visage. Like they have a lot more options on the side of UIC if you don't remove these heroes.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I like that. Potentially it could be their downfall though after what we saw from Sammy last game, not banning his heroes. Might have no choice.
10 seconds remaining.
Good, and now we have the Rubik.
I know it sounds like we've been stroking his ego all day, but I mean, he kind of deserves it.
Well, no, he was the only player who didn't die. Fantastic in lane, got damage. He didn't do a job. After a performance like that, it's respect band, and that might be trying to shut down the player that shut you down in game 1. The issue might be right under your nose, Toronto.
Yeah. Queen of Pain banned, so I think they banned the exact same set of 4 heroes on the side of UIC. All 4 of those look the same to me. I don't think there were any changes there. And I think that's why not? All 4 of those heroes are incredibly strong right now, so I like those decisions. I know underdogs love to play Axe. Red Eyes is a notoriously strong Axe player, so definitely remove it. Take away one of his comfort picks. Let him play something else, similar to Sammy, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. But offlaners. You know what I'm thinking, Ricky? I kind of like a Shadow Demon for because it's a save, but it also strong counter to Spectre.
There's the steal. I was gonna say potentially Oracle, but they take it instead. The thing is you want Grimstroke Ricky in the same lane, so it's gonna be 5 Grimstroke, or at least safe lane Grimstroke. So they can't really pick the Oracle there. Yeah. But the Shadow Demon, you are correct, where they could pick it up in the 4, and they could use it as a save option. Maybe they go for the Chen again.
But even I love it. I don't think they take the Chen again. It's the underdeliver. Part of the reason I felt the Chen had very little impact. Honestly, the Chen to me felt like
Clockwork.
Okay.
I like
He's
that
a
pick.
nuisance.
Yeah, this is
Him
a good
and
hero.
Ricky together are a super nuisance.
Yeah. He's just a frustrating hero to deal with.
Because like he can do stuff that's not lethal, but it's awful, right? Like if Clockwork hooks Oracle and Oracle's out of range of the target who needs to be saved, Clockwork doesn't have to be lethal to do that. All he has to do is, game and take you out of a fight. Clockwork, sometimes on Clockwork, all you have to do is put cogs at a choke point, block off a path, and it didn't need to do damage. But also, getting caught in cogs with the smoke, Ricky is. I guess they did reduce the misstance, but missing the cogs while you're getting beat on by. It's terrible. However, Force Staff counters Clockwork and counters Ricky, and that's an item that both Rubik and Oracle offer. So that's one item.
Oracle does have a little bit of a hard game here because Rikamaru and Clockwork are really good at finding the hero. So he's kind of just in this position where there's not going to be a whole lot he can do if he gets jumped. So his positioning is going to be really important. We may see him go just like Glimmer Cape and a Blink Dagger or Aetherland, something along those lines. So we'll see. Now, one aspect of Clockwork I've noticed.
There's the Ursa. That's for PK. All right.
I love Ursa. What a fun hero.
Clockwork. Now Ursa has to deal with cogs, and he has to deal. But Legion Commander is also going to suffer from hoping to see a.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, I was going to mention something to you right before the pick, Ricky, but I can't remember what it was.
5 seconds remaining.
Darn it. I've lost it. Oh, one thing I've noticed from playing Clockwork is that hero struggles to finish. I feel like he's great in the early game, he's great in the mid game, but when it comes to actually sieging a base, Clockwork really likes to use the map to his advantage, and playing on the high ground in one of the bases, I find it's much more difficult to take advantage. And last game we saw that Toronto did early. They were unable to close.
Dire team ban.
The problem Toronto had is a problem that Clockwork has as a hero. Bardar core, okay. Now Ricky is gonna love working with. How you doing, Ricky?
Radiant team ban.
Just trying to figure out mic issues, but hopefully we're fine.
Technical issues.
Yeah.
Man. Well, do what you got to do. Now we saw Slardar core recently. I'm always scared when I see one because it almost feels cheesy to me, just because like a core like Slardar, just like a core that
10 seconds remaining.
could be played as like a 3 or a 4 or 5 if you had to. They don't scale into the very late game with items. They're all about the early game, the laning phase, the mid game, and they don't really like. However, University of Toronto looks to be in a pretty good position actually to take over the mid game. I think the one thing Toronto's lacking is something that hits towers. Currently we have 3 melee heroes. Melee always struggle to hit towers. You'd rather be ranged, right? But there's nothing spectacular about any of these heroes that allows them to do extra building damage or honestly even really clear waves. Group Soak is their best clear. I think University of Toronto has 4 really strong heroes, but I don't know if there's a hero that ties this whole lineup together. I can't think of one. They need something that ties this lineup together, and I mean, it really seems like they're going to be a great fighting. Really worried about how they're going to get up the high ground and take the buildings out. Like, I guess the only way they do it is they kill all 5 UIC heroes and they're uncontested. But if we get
they need a building hitter here from the middle.
There we go. Good to hear ya. So
5 seconds remaining.
what is there any hero that jumps out to you, Ricky, for Toronto? I just don't know what does it.
Maybe their mid laner.
I almost want to say like Jakiro, but I feel like their team would be awful.
No,
But he
you
would
need a mid
combo
laner
well.
that can take high ground. Shadow Fiend.
Okay,
that'll do it.
That's wave
That
clear.
does
That's
it.
damage. He can hit building. That does. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. And that's even some control.
I was gonna say, like, maybe they could have gone Well, I think Shadow Fiend might be the best. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that really allows them to go high ground better, because you need to be able to sit behind this Slardar. And Shadow Fiend has decent range. I'd say maybe they could have gone for like a Grimstroke or something, but it's hard to say. But yeah, for the side of UIC here, they do have last pick for the mid lane. Shadow Fiend, notoriously countered by heroes like TA, as well as the Quat, but that is banned. So we'll see what they decide to go with here. I know it's likely to be Cancer in the mid lane. Yeah, how he feels about it. 2 seconds
but it
left.
could be PK. There's the Pango
of course, his Pangolier. Yeah, Cancer loves this hero.
Right. I was thinking Sammy, and I was like, wait, I'll see. Okay, Cancer Pango. That's going to be a nice change of pace for him playing the Spectre last game. Ricky, I think I got what I asked for. A new strategy from UIC. Fantastic.
Yeah, they're just going to run at him. That's their plan. They just want to run at them.
This is awesome.
This is I like the draft from both teams, honestly. University of Toronto's Shadow Fiend, last pick for the mid lane, is pretty solid. Pangolier is not like incredibly strong against SF in the mid lane, because every time you go up, once he has like level 3 on Shadow Fiend, he will be able to just hit you with those raises. But I think it should be all right for the most part. I think we'll see him do pretty okay.
Excuse me. Toronto's lineup is very hard for me to have an opinion about them, Ricky, because I need to see them fight. A lot of Toronto's lineup, their success relies on how well they handle fights. Slardar, Clockwork, and Ricky, you can see it go one way or the other very easily. We saw it last game with Mio either killing a hero in the blink of an eye or dying in the blink of an eye. Similar situations can come out of Clockwork and Slardar, changing the fight in just a moment with a huge stun, a huge hook, or getting caught out of position and just being hopeless, doing no damage, and being punished for it. That's my concern, I guess, for Toronto, but potentially they could do very well. It's just one of those, like UIC's draft is much more balanced in my mind. It's a much safer draft. Less finesse is required. Reliable, I guess. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I agree. You are hitting the nail right on the head there.
Awesome.
Okay, so game taking a little bit. I was going to see if they're paused, but it doesn't like they're paused. Just taking a moment to get into them. There it goes. And UFT's loading screen still bugged for me, but let's see if UIC does their same exact thing as last time. Oh, here we go. And they're all dead. Okay. I love it. Cancer, the only one standing. Good old UIC, dude. I love these guys. They do some funny stuff.
They do have a lot of fun. Okay, now are we going to see... UIC said that they have strategies on strategies on strategies. Are we going to see something fancy? Regular coming in this time.
Oh, we got a nice little pause. Thank you for that little playground there.
What do you think of the battle pass adding these games? I was gonna say I love it, except for the Meepo one.
I hate it. I think it's such a bad idea.
I think the Meepo one sucks and is really annoying, but I think the other two are great. And I've sat through pauses I normally. So that's what I'm thinking. It did make me wait longer than I would.
The Meepo one is bad because it's just the only thing that matters is what your ping to the game is. So whoever has the lowest ping just wins by default. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the games. Are they level 1 Roshing here? Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
They're going in with Lucky Shot, 100%. They're gonna go for the disarm. Yeah, you can do it with Pango's disarm if you get it. They have salves.
Yeah.
Oh, if UIC actually cheese a level 1 Roche in the grand finals of CSL,
Ricky, they're doing it.
Oh, the bash! The bash!
Okay, Sammy, don't scare me like that.
Oh,
there we go. Nice.
I don't know if they got this. This is taking so long.
They are stacking it though. 21 stacks. Remember, it all comes down at the end. Let's go. 24, 25. Really long time.
This is taking so. The disarm?
They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it.
It's
like, this is kind of crazy.
Dude,
are we gonna have Ricky take some of the XP?
He will get some of it, yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't share.
Because it got last hit.
Well,
there it is.
They give up all 4 bounty runes for a level 1 Roche.
That now Not quite.
I do think it's worth it because right now what you're seeing is every hero going to the lane with 1/3 of their XP bar completed. And that's a big deal, especially for the mid lane.
It is.
And they're going to go ahead and put the Aegis on Pango. So what this means is Pango is going to have this time in the mid lane where he can kind of just suicide for a kill and then not care, right? So it's a pretty big deal. They have an aggressive lane swap here. So this is I really like this decision from Toronto. And the reason being is you don't want...
top side. They're going right in.
Yeah. You don't want the Rikamaru against the Legion, and you don't want Slardar against the Ursa. So perfect lane setup for them for now. We'll see how well this goes on for a little bit longer, but
yeah. And speaking of the Aegis, Cancer can just trade it for regen, right?
Exactly, that's the idea. He doesn't have to like ferry out regen and stuff because he has an Aegis.
Look at him playing very low. Will very likely be the first death this game just because he wants a situation not every other here. Look at him just dropping low. There we go. Aegis
like, oh no, my Aegis.
Full health, full mana, and Shadow pretty much mana.
Yeah, I mean, clearly that's not like the most ideal way to use the Aegis, but it's one of those things where it just gives him the lane advantage, right? Like, he hasn't had to commit any money for this. He's going to have a decent bottle timing PK.
This is dropping low under tower. Ricky blinks.
That's it. First blood. Going over to Dink. Oracle just DC'd. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Turtleneck is... I mean, Turtleneck's dead. He can't run away from Clockwork and Grimstroke.
Yeah, they got 2 kills because of that DC. Unfortunate. Well, we went from UIC taking a level 1 Roshan, taking the Aegis before the game starts, to an unfortunate disconnect, costing them 1, potentially, and very likely 2 deaths.
He can try and shoot through the tree in front of him. He has two trees left. Battery Assault about to end, and Grimstroke is only level 1, so he doesn't have the Stroke of Fate. So Turtleneck, if he decides, can just double shoot trees here, and he'll be safe. I think that's what we're gonna see.
No, he's likely gonna get away, right? They won't have enough slow, but he's gonna take a lot of damage.
Yeah, I forgot like Battery Assault is cooling down. They use it to kill PK, so he should be fine. Talk about mid lane though, real quick. Again, Shadow Fiend doing fine. 10 CS, 2 denies, sitting on 12 Necromancy stacks, and Cancer is in this position where, yes, he does have like a little bit of a gold lead, but Shadow Fiend's
top side.
Yeah,
he eats
fine.
a tree.
Just eats right through.
Right, well, there we go. Back in it. Unfortunate disconnect. Cost 1 life, but just 1. And PK. Double unfortunate. It was first blood.
All right, well, top lane, he can dodge this with Tricks of the Trade, I believe, but I'm not going to opt to. Rikamaru does struggle a little bit against the Ursa, but with the help of Clockwork and Grimstroke, he should be fine. A lot of damage between those 2 heroes, a lot of control.
And Slardar, I mean, level 3, he's got some CS. Things could be much worse for him. With 3 heroes being committed top side, actually right outside of the tower. We have the cogs, we have Oracle dropping low and finished off. Grimstroke taking the kill. Teleport top from Prodigy, forced to use a mango to stay in this fight. Unfortunately, it's in vain.
This is
no
really
return
good start
kill,
for
a teleport,
Toronto.
and a mango and a hero.
Yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. They're able to just put Slardar solo against Legion, which is massively favored for Slardar. And now, I mean, we're going to see Sammy just get completely pushed out of lane. Red Eyes, he might get the kill here. He has Crush.
Oh my god. Red Eyes is a fantastic Slardar player. Look at this, knowing exactly what he can do.
Yeah, he's playing this super well. Top lane though, PK, can he get the Clockwork? 1 more auto attack. Yeah, even with the wand. Building up those Fury Swipe stacks.
You expect from an Ursa in the laning phase. Dangerous place to be bringing 2 support heroes. Obviously, we see why they're doing it, but Ursa, you know, go out of position, he's going to punish you. Have Slardar free farming bottom while Sammy is forced out. Top side.
Yeah, this lane is so hard.
Ricky. Yeah,
the lane was hard to begin with, and then the fact that Rubik has now gone top after sapping a lot of experience, it puts him just at a massive
We're
level
going on Ursa. Ricky's into not a very effective gank, and actually on the backside, Grimstroke dropping low.
Yeah, Prodigy played that really well. If he has like an Inkswell available on Grimstroke, that Ursa dies to the Rikamaru.
Yeah.
He's gonna go in now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Double stun. Connects. Telekinesis puts Ricky back. Not for long. Here we go. Cogs come out. Prodigy caught. Taken down.
That looked like deja vu, man. I feel like that's the exact same play we saw not that long ago.
I was gonna say, it's like, Ricky and Clockwork don't really seem like they have a lot of synergy, but if you get both of them in the cogs, which is really easy to pull off, the person stuck in there with them is taking just an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage. All three of the Radiant heroes are just auto-attacking you, and you're gaining, you're gaining no ground on them. You're stuck there.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Very impressive.
Courier snag there. I mean, Red Eyes is gonna get hit 6 potentially before Sammy hits 5. This lane is gonna be a disaster for him. He's gonna get both bounty. He's only get one
Red Eyes.
Dire's middle tower is under
Rotation. Fuck. Ursa might be in trouble here. I think Clockwork wants to go. Clockwork getting in a great position here with the boots. Finds a Rubik. Telekinesis back. Rooted up. Clockwork did nothing and got 2 spells out of UIC. Let's see what happens next. Well, Ricky went in. Doesn't have a team there to back him up, though. Ursa dropping low just from harass.
Dude, Red Eyes is giving Sammy absolutely nothing. He went to go lane cut. Yeah, he cleared the wave and then just TP'd all the way back to shove the Legion Commander out. And you can't TP against
might have a kill on Ricky top. Ricky's rooted. He has to jump. Ursa jumps after him. Front flip, tricks of the trade. Ursa keeps going. A potion's used. Ursa's unable to break it. It's a lot more straightforward, the top lane, right? Like, they just hit each other. Bottom lane is much more, there's more of a dynamic to that battle.
Yeah, Sammy's like doing his best to try and salvage what he can out of the lane. He has good CS. Like, he's dead even with Red Eyes. 25 last hits each. But the big difference here is the experience. And Slardar now level 6. Legion obviously can purge it with press the attack, but he can't go anywhere in the lane near the Slardar. And this is just gonna get worse. So I think Slardar is gonna be...
Well, mid lane's been...
No, go ahead.
Mid lane's been surprisingly even for 2 heroes, especially 2 finesse heroes with high kill potential. They just are both content to last hit creeps and get XP, ready, just waiting to see who's gonna be the first one to make a move. Obviously favoring Shadow Fiend, but Pango's doing a good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Cancer just got his Javelin delivered and he had an Invis room bottled, so I think he's gonna try and find the Shadow Fiend here. His ward did scout him as he went over into the jungle, so with Rolling Thunder and a level 4 Swashbuckler, he has kill threat on Shadow Fiend for sure. So we're gonna see him try and do it here. And Magnus Carlsen, if he gets caught, it could be a really big kill.
Some of that XP. Let's see what he's gonna do. There's part 1, part 2 coming out. Rolling Thunder off the cliff and back off the wall. He's got him where he wants him. Takes him out without taking a hit. Top side, Ursa falls. Under tower, we have Clockwork pursuing Rubik. Backs off. Okay, a return kill. Back and forth, UIC in Toronto, but what a fantastic kill answer.
Yeah, finding that kill is really important for the Pangolier, right? He needs to shut down Shadow Fiend, considering the side lanes are going pretty well for both the Rikamaru and especially the Slardar. And Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes that if he has a good start can really run away with the game. Pangolier, however, with a good start, just flash farms so fast. One of the fastest farming heroes in the entire game. And he needs to have items this game to kind of supplement his team right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Net worth here, 8 minutes into the game. Pango, top of the charts after that kill.
Is there a Pango build that you want to see this game?
I just like I really just like him going the bottle into mana boots. He just needs to be able to constantly spam and get items.
Yeah.
I think after that we're likely to see Maelstrom.
Bottom side, turning on Slardar. LC taking a lot of damage, but I don't think Slardar actually has the ability to kill by himself.
They don't have duel for him anyway.
Sammy, well, Sardar's rooted. Pango's here. 4 players. Finish him off.
They need to do that. I love this. This rotation from UIC is really smart. Not only is Ursa not in danger in the top lane as he's now left for the jungle, they get a really solid kill on Slardar, the person who's having arguably one of the best games on the team.
However,
and, mainly in experience, not necessarily net worth, but he is super high level for being, you know, where he was.
Yeah.
And now?
Oh, I thought Shadow
UIC's...
Fiend was going to be able to use that double damage rune to take mid tower, but UIC very quickly cancel mid lane. Sammy again getting chased out of lane. Oracle and Rubik getting chased out by a Clockwork. We have a crush on Sammy.
I think
Battery
this is
Assault
a kill.
halfway done. Telekinesis comes out. Sammy's staying alive. Slytherin, Slardar disarmed. They're changing. Sights on Oracle, dropping low. Now Cancer has returned from mid back to bottom. Takes out Clock. Goes for Slardar. Duel comes out. Are we gonna see some damage? No, we're gonna see a death on Sammy.
All right.
He got
I'm blaming Cancer for that one. He had Rolling Thunder. He could have just used it to set up the Slardar so Sammy doesn't die. And instead he just holds it, and Sammy dies and gives the duel damage. Oh,
let's see what he does with it. 70. Let's check it, Ricky. That was about 9 minutes, 30 seconds. We'll give him 70 seconds on the clock. Does he use Rolling Thunder to do something else? Was it worth saving it, or did he kill his friend for nothing?
Yeah, that was a
That's
disaster.
gonna be 10:40. 10:40 on the clock, Hanser. I better see a big Rolling Thunder, or you have some explaining to do. All right, well, see, happy to farm again. Obviously, when a fight breaks out, everybody shows up, which is great to see.
So they're gonna go ahead and put Legion up in the top lane against Rikamaru, a matchup mirrored from last game.
Okay, bottom side, Red Eyes. This guy's dangerous on the fish. Goes for Oracle. Bonk. Telekinesis gone. Sprint stolen by
Loves the stolen
Rubik.
Guardian Sprint though. That's such a great spell for Rubik.
It's fun on Rubik. He almost uses it better than Slardar, to be honest.
Oracle's
But
just sitting
happy
here
to
for
farm both
experience, and he
teams.
just gets spotted. He's like, "Oh God, spare me!"
Uh-oh, bottom side. Crush, disarm, smash, 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 stun right here. Boom, taken out. Cancer. All right, Rolling Thunder
the
doesn't
regen
have it.
immediately
Regen
canceled.
interrupted. Does it, the Rolling Thunder, bounces back. One more time, he's got him where he wants it. Perfect Rolling Thunder,
Yeah.
follow it up, take him down. Lot of
That's
damage.
such a great play. Diving too far for that kill. Definitely punished there from a Pangolier. The help from the Rubik
Sammy
as well.
topside. Not. Clockwork real. Lane, PK versus Shadow Fiend.
He's got Enrage. Okay, he didn't use it.
Uh-oh.
That was way
Thank
too close.
Yeah.
If Clockwork hookshots him and they get in range for melee, I think they actually just kill the Ursa. But,
Yes, for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower
If,
is under attack.
Well, if Shadow Fiend hit the first Shadow Raise, I think he might have been able to finish him. I think he only hit
Yeah,
him
he should have just
combo.
melee raised him and then ultied. But
Yeah. Oh, well, you got a
Either
Ursa
way,
chasing you,
very-
man. That's a situation where you panic.
yeah, very close. Ursa surviving it, and they get the Requiem cooldown, which at the end of the day is
Dire's
really
top
important for them.
tower is under attack.
Ricky getting a top tower kill.
Dire's top
Now this
tower
Hazel will not be as fast as the other, but it still looks like it's going to be a quick one.
Yeah, it's not bad. And the other thing was last game too, Rikamaru was way higher level. He was like level 9. He was like level 10 or 11 at the 12-minute mark. This game only level 8 because they did tri-lane early on.
Yep.
Which is fine. He's still doing well on
side.
CS, definitely above the Ursa.
Popped, courier, dropped.
4 heroes get scouted by that courier. That is a value courier.
Odds out.
That odds
In the
immediately denied.
meantime, Shadow Fiend's gonna probably try and take. UIC's moving around, trying to find somebody. Tower abandoned. Red Eye is the only one left. Can he get it out of here safely? 5 seconds on T. In the meantime, great setup from Toronto on the mid T1. Very likely the mid T1 will fall in exchange for the bot T1.
Well,
actually, teleport's coming out.
Ursa's the big
UIC
kill
coming
here.
for a defense because PK's in trouble. Saved by Oracle. Heal him up.
saved.
Looks like PK might be
He's gonna go, I think, for more. He wants to find a kill, I think, once this
in
once
the
this pops. He'll come back out
river.
healthy.
No, great cogs.
Pango?
Wrong side of the river there, boys. Backside, Sammy dropping low too. Ricky on Sammy. Sammy falls by the T1. Other side of the fight. Cancer gonna pick up a kill on the Clockwork. No, the wand keeping him alive. Cancer may be in trouble.
He's
By the
out,
rune,
he's
we also
fine.
have Ricky versus Slardar in the smoke. Rather, Rubik. Ricky and Slardar. Ooh, there's the rolling thunder
Look
we
at
wanted to see
oh,
from Sammy.
beautiful.
Uh-oh. Now, a ball and chain. Ursa and Cancer can't work together.
Yeah, the good old soulbind, beautifully done. And then look at this mid lane. They're losing their mid tier 1 tower for this. Almost gets the kill. It's at 100 HP, which Magnus Carlsen might go for it. Ango will bottle up this regen.
Yules.
No Requiem though, so there's not much you can do about it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hey, I heard a hook shot. Was it a misclick?
He hit a Slardar.
He hooked. Yeah, he caught a fish in the
He
river.
did catch a fish.
No.
Dire's
Nice deny.
has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
farming. Ursa wants the Yasha. How's our Ricky to... Ricky, it's actually looking like it might be the same time. I think this is something that I believe lets you know Mio is comfortable on Ricky. He makes no attempt to fight outside of the laning phase until he has his Diffusal Blade. And the hero completely changes when you pick it up. It's just it's an essential power spike.
Yeah, he's the stealth
Like,
assassin, man.
he just hits
Give him that
creeps.
item and he will kill you. Smoked up,
Absolute
UIC, all 4
massive damage
bottom.
increase.
I think... Oh, Slardar's day vision is so bad. I don't think he saw the Rubik. And he's just now getting vision, which...
Now we have a Clockwork.
Jump
Good
on in.
cogs from Clockwork.
Yeah. Beautiful save. 15 minutes though is all they really wanted to was zone them off the bounty runes, make sure that they are able to secure them here. So Cancer, yeah, ended up going the Maelstrom. Now he's going for a Diffusal. I think him just picking up these big early damage items is important because they're not going to have a lot of damage coming out from the Ursa right now. He does get kited pretty easily with Requiem, Slardar, Clockwork, like Grimshaw. There's a lot of different things that they have to hold him down. So I think what we're going to see, Ursa, he is going this Yasha probably into, assuming just S and Y eventually. I don't think you go Manta this game. Maybe he goes Manta, but that sounds pretty bad. He is gonna go Manta. Okay, well, egg on my face. Thanks, PK.
It's he knows what he's doing. He's got some sort of plan, right? He's got it
top
figured
right
out
now.
in his head. Yeah,
They're
Sammy,
smoked.
the evasive maneuvers, Grimstroke, Inkswell wasted. Coming
Dire
up from
just smoked
behind.
to head up here though, so they want to be able to save
UIC
them.
coming in, Sammy caught by Ricky, silenced up, Cogs missed. Sammy in trouble, Sammy not saved by Oracle in the cast animation,
Mid-animation.
but the team is here. However, a fantastic Grimstroke ult shuts Cancer right down in UIC again. On the retreat,
He stole
PK wants the fight,
Soulbind.
goes on the Ricky, Ricky goes invis. Slardar here on the back line, Ursa isolated, no one there, but Oracle from the backside manages to save him, gives his life, and PK, what can he do with it? Teaming up with Cancer, he sets his sight on the Shadow Fiend, and Rubik, assist, takes him out. Next up, we have Ursa, drop down, Toronto, the pursuit, Ricky, the momentum, they don't stop.
Oh, the silence.
One Cogs. Doubles Cogs. Cancer can't go anywhere. Just to the graveyard from Ricky. And next, Rubik. Last, Sammy is back to watch his teammates fall. Excellent job.
They're
from
gonna
Toronto.
dive. They're absolutely gonna dive Sammy here. Red Eyes, if he gets vision of him, it's just a kill. Sammy's gonna try. He's like gonna try and man up on him and go for the duel, but
Uh-oh, Sam is a very slippery fellow himself. What is
this
going
man
on?
Go?
He's
He's
amazing.
fine.
He's perfect. He's gonna get
He
a
has
duel
duel for
win.
this Clockwork.
Oh,
the hook shot
baby.
from downtown, baby.
Very close.
Look at this man
Okay,
go.
still pursuit though. Not quite over with Mia. What is going on? Oh, there's a Ricky farming my jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My thanks.
Haste.
We're back at it. Sammy top wants that blink. Sammy really struggling to get some farm.
Well, goodbye on that
Next
outpost.
up. Yeah, bye-bye. Now, there's the damage in action. Haste.
Under attack.
Not quite a diffusal from Ricky. Still very deadly.
No, he has the diffusal. That's been completed.
Oh,
He's working on Yasha, and he's
going
almost
for a
got it.
Yasha now. Wow. So even faster.
Yeah, he's almost at the Yasha. He's really farmed. Shadow Fiend had some space to farm too now as he finished up his Blink Dagger after the Yule Scepter. Slardar, I think, has his as well. He went for Vanguard, has it, and it just completes it. So, really good timing for them. I think Sammy has his... Oh, he's still not even close. Sammy's game has been a disaster. Looking at his net worth versus the
Yeah.
Slardar, he is a full item behind, right? Like that Blink Dagger full.
He's spent half the laning phase running away from Slardar. So,
True.
you know, it's not a lot you could do. Hey, that's a pickup, though. Dragon Scale. Slardar, Ricky, Clockwork, they'd all love that. Even Shadow Fiend could...
I think, yeah, Shadow Fiend wants to definitely keep Faded Brooch, but you put that on Slardar,
I know.
super
Exactly,
strong.
right? Faded Brooch. But you wouldn't be upset.
All right, they're smoked up. They're going in.
Here we go.
Oh
Link
my
Taker
God, the
reveal
stun.
with the Ink Swell. Fantastic. Now, Rubik's the first one to fall. Clockwork following it up with some great cogs on Sammy. Oracle's ult has already come out. Sammy, it's been expended. Now, Mio doesn't stop under the tower. He takes Oracle out. Teams up with Clockwork, followed up by Slardar. 3 heroes, not even on the map. Magnus Carlsen, make it 4. We got a party in the forest. Toronto is taking out UIC.
Yeah, man, this
Ricky, what's
is...
going on? What?
This is looking really good for Toronto. Last game, like, Toronto was on this timeline where they had to have a good lane phase, have a good early game, and, you know, they were really threatened by the late game of UIC, but this time, I don't think you are that worried. If you look at this Ursa and this Legion Commander, their games have been completely shut down. They're going to get a free Roche here, thanks to the Slardar, and I don't know how UIC
And this is the second Roshan. There's the cheese.
Well,
Remember,
Cancer,
Roshan level
that's
1.
He's just...
Oh, going in. Uh-oh, Cancer. Very dangerous. Hey, oh my god, Roche is almost dead, guys. Get here.
Delta split,
Oh,
baby.
no.
They're all out.
Yeah. This is cheese, Ricky. Is UIC gonna be able to get
Oh
there?
my god, it is second Roche. Oh my gosh.
They DP bottom. They're giving it up.
Yeah, you can't fight this.
Bye. Yeah. They
Dude,
forgot
they don't
the
even
cheese.
remember
they didn't
it's
pick up the
second
cheese.
Roche.
They forgot it's second Roche. They left the cheese in the pit, Ricky.
Oh my gosh.
Ricky, I am actually certified on food safety, and I will tell you right now that you cannot leave cheese on the floor of a cave in a river like that for very long.
Yeah, it will
Those are
develop some sort of
unacceptable.
bacteria.
It won't be safe
That's
to serve.
how viruses start, am I right?
Seriously, exactly. This is seriously dangerous, especially in this of all times, for to be putting health and safety regulations on the floor like that cheese. Honestly,
Unbelievable.
I'm happy they left it after seeing that behavior from them. However, their Dota behavior has been fantastic, and I'm happy about that too. Toronto continuing the pressure. 18 and 8. Grimstroke is the one with the kill streak, Ricky.
Yeah, Grimstroke's been owning. They haven't been able to really get on top of him. If you look at the lineup, like, who runs at the Grimstroke? They have so many other heroes they have to worry about, like this SF, this Slardar, Clockwork just diving on in. Like, they have all these heroes that can get in, like, that just kind of run at UIC, get on top of them. So Grimstroke's pretty free to just kind of sit on the back line and chill.
Yeah.
He's got that money orb too, just slowly getting farm.
I'm
Just
still
smoke
not
up.
a fan of the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, here
I
we
didn't
might
see
have
that
an
ward get
engagement.
placed. I'm sure that's gonna get dewarded. I can't imagine that's gonna stay there for long. Top lane
A
though.
little bit of spell usage. Lardar, is he in trouble or is it Ursa? No, it's actually
It's
Oracle.
both, man. They're both in
it up.
trouble.
Ursa being pursued up the high ground. Ricky goes for it. Grimstroke ult connects on Sammy. So does Slardar's ult on 2. Cancer, the back line. They've lost the supports. The cores are stuck in. The duel comes out. Ursa abandons Sammy. And
Oh,
Sammy
Requiem
taken
is
down.
perfect.
Running in fear, he goes the wrong way. Cancer's caught 2. Ricky, UIC is crumbling.
That's all. I mean, that's it. That's all of them. They're gonna be able to like fortify the tower and slow down this push, but they're gonna keep their catapult alive. They're gonna just continue pushing down this tower. He doesn't have the presence or affects buildings, but you said in the draft, right? How do Toronto take high ground? And it's like you just have to kill them. And that's what they're doing. They're just
and that, but it,
putting them in the grave.
right, I guess I just didn't take that strategy seriously, but honestly, Toronto is executing extremely well. Like, give it 22 to 8, like legitimately, yeah. They have to kill him to take high ground, and Toronto knows that. They weren't as worried about it as I was. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they're so strong
Doesn't
right now.
look like
They
they're worried
still
about
have
it at all.
Aegis. The Rikamaru living on 100 HP there in that fight is so good for Toronto. If the Rikamaru dies there, right, it's a decent gold bounty. It's a lot of experience. Maybe the fight goes differently. Pangolier gets silenced up there after his Rolling Thunder, and so he's not able to like swashbuckle back up to safety. So it's looking really rough for UIC. They're just unable to connect on these kills.
Yeah, they're kind of lacking lockdown. Ursa, right? Ursa wants to get on top of somebody, but Rubik and Oracle are using everything defensively, and Rubik's telekinesis is instant, but Oracle's root requires a 2.5 second channel for the max duration. That's not really like an aggressive move. It's kind of reactionary. And oh no, here we go, reacting again. Toronto starts a fight. Fantastic. Oracle doesn't even get to play the game. Taking out Rubik soon to follow.
Nice dodge by Cancer. He started channeling Rolling Thunder and then predicted the hook shot and immediately canceled and left.
Ah, that's smart. Very smart.
Dire's middle tower.
Okay, well, again, Toronto looking great. Another great fight, another great objective. Toronto doing what UIC did, methodically taking the game, using their timings to their advantage. Beautiful play.
They have a DD in River here. I'm assuming they'll send SF back for this to bottle. Aegis still available. Hey, do you know where that cheese is, by the way? I'm just curious. Is it? Have you seen that thing at all?
Kill on the floor. This is not food safe, people. This is like a critical issue. This is so far from regulation. Like, you get in really bad trouble for this.
Yeah. That thing's got mice all over it. Like,
keep in mind, after you touch it, because it's been on the floor, you need to wash your hands 20 seconds with soap. You better turn the sink off with the paper towel and not with your bare hand again. By the way, I tell you that much. So there's a lot going on because of the simple mistake.
For my coffee.
Yeah, we're gonna see Ratatouille here pretty soon, like show up and make a meal out of that.
Exactly. We're here to watch Collegiate Dota. We're here to see if UIC can fulfill the prophecy and take first place, but at the rate we're going, Toronto's going to shut them down in the second game we're casting tonight.
Yeah, BKB completed on the Shadow Fiend. Slardar almost at his halberd. Like, they are so far ahead. A 12,000 gold lead at this point. Rikamaru has his Sanjin Yasha completed, working for his Basher. He bottles up the DD rune. But
the rune is
there it is.
popped.
Blink forward.
Is out on Ricky. This is what we need. Ricky to die first, but he's not going to die. He's going to get the tricks off. Shadow Fiend, BKB with the ult, drops the Rubik. Sammy's already got to run. Oracle forced out of the fight. Now, we have a turn. Toronto ready to turn it on UIC after the surprise attack. However, Cancer is still sowing discord with his ult. Ricky still in the fight, wasn't taken out. Pushes Cancer back. Slardar has dropped. Wow, look at this fight, Ricky. UIC's putting up a
fight's looking not bad for UIC. If they could get a pick off.
They need a kill, though.
Rikamaru, though. The Rikamaru DD is still so hard to deal with.
Yeah, you're right.
So that Sanjin Yasha saved
oh no, here we go. Oracle's done. Oh no. He had less than a second to react to that.
Yeah, there's no way out. That's what makes Rikamaru Grimstroke so strong. That Ink Swell right into that Blink Strike. Deadly combo.
And that's, you know, getting Rikamaru first. I knew this was, when they dueled Ricky, I knew, man. I was like, this is UIC's chance. They're doing it. This is how they did it last game. Mio has to die first, and Mio didn't die, and you saw it went from a good trade, Rubik for Slardar, to not so good. Rubik,
his itemization
Oracle,
is
and a
wide,
tower
right?
for Slardar.
He goes Sanjin Yasha, holds the Dragon Scale as well. This dude has 23 armor and status resist, so that duel only lasts a couple seconds, and that's your window. If you don't blow up that Rikamaru, he's tricks of the trade, he's out.
The armor is just extremely valuable. It pretty much makes high armor pretty much means Ursa's the only way you're dying, honestly.
Yeah, it's Ursa Fury Swipes, and even then Fury Swipes is still physical damage, but it just scales so fast that you know armor only does
it's just
so
the
much.
mechanic, right? But yeah, realistically, Ricky kind of, like, you know, Ricky is a hero that doesn't like hitting heroes in the face. He always wants to be behind, but at the position he's in, he could almost like man fight the Legion Commander or the Pango and win with the position they're in right now. The Toronto's in. They're very far ahead is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, 14,000 gold
the game
lead.
slowed down. Teams are waiting. The next fight could seal the fate of this match. So both teams playing safe. They don't want to get a surprise attack.
Sammy still has no dual damage 28 minutes in.
Very different from last game.
Yeah, absolutely. Complete night and day difference, and that's, you know, that was just the lane setup from Toronto. UIC decided not to try and lane swap it, just deal with it, and you see the difference, right? Red Eyes, 9,800 net worth right now, and Sammy, 6,700 behind the Grimstroke. A good point of that's obviously from that Philosopher's Stone, but
yeah. Grimstroke. Oh, the roast. This is third. Who? Oh, Refresher. Okay, that is...
Refresher is pretty unfortunate for them.
Or is that... No, Ursa probably.
I think they gave it to the Pango. Double Rolling Thunder is pretty
Yeah,
good. Maybe they
because
give it to
Ursa doesn't wanna use
Oracle
two
for double
inventory
False
slots.
Promise. Like,
That could be good. Oracle's been dying.
yeah, the refresher is really unfortunate. If that was an Aghanim Scepter, it is game
They might
changing
go,
for them.
dude. They're all grouped. Oh, okay. They might still go
They're
because
running
this is
in.
the biggest hook shot of your life. Here we go. Magnus Carlsen going to start us off with a PKB right into
Shadow
a
Fiend?
duel. I think he's going to get dropped. Now we have the Smoke Cloud. No, he does die. We have Legion Commander Rubik going down as well. Rubik buys back, teleports right back in. Ursa hooked up with Pango. Can't go anywhere. Slardar tries to go in, but forced back by the combined efforts of the UIC, forcing him back to the river. Grimstroke doesn't know where to go. Ricky, the stealth assassin,
Lifted
he's just
one.
running away.
He's out.
Stealth.
Oh.
He just left. I mean, it was the right play,
no.
but it doesn't look good, Ricky. Great job from UIC. Even after a fantastic initiation, Magnus Carlsen, he was so confident in his team, and that was his downfall.
I mean, it's
Next
just
up, in the mid lane,
backfiring so
again,
massive.
Ricky,
That's a
every
dieback
time.
on your Oracle.
Every fight ends, and then Ricky kills Oracle. And then we hit a triple Slytherin Crush.
They're out, man. Yeah,
But
the
even
Fire
last
Legs on Slardar, such a good item. They're smoking. They're going right back in.
Uh-oh, on Ursa, first hit stun in the smoke, follow it up with the first hit stun in
That's
the
another
smoke,
dieback.
follow it up with the clockwork hook in the tricks of the trade, follow it up with the cogs, chasing the Pangolier. Slardar to the haze, low on mana.
So they just
Get him,
die
though.
back to both
However,
supports.
UIC.
Oh, yeah, that is really rough. They're just not respecting the gold advantage that they have on the Radiant. This Rickamaru is just way too strong.
Tower is under attack.
Cuts through everybody. He needs to be dealt with. UIC is at their best when the fight starts with Ricky being killed.
Cancer might just be dead here.
Oh,
Oh, he has
no.
Aegis.
In the smoke cloud, Clockwork goes straight for Legionnaire because he. There's no
Clockwork's
way.
positioning
Pango
is
accepted that
perfect.
one. Now it is an Aegis. There is a duel. This might be the first damage. We actually have a mistimed Shadow Fiend ult. Spell is wasted. Now Sammy drops. Has buyback. Choosing not to use it. Ursa is up. We have a Ricky dropping low, running out with a Blink Strike in the middle. Magnus Carlsen uses BKB. Clockwork still making it out. Look at this escape, Ricky. UIC's
They're
got
not getting
nothing.
anything. Oh, no.
Are they getting
Grimstroke maybe is what they get here, but even then, he's out. They just... Toronto has done such a good job at disengaging. Obviously, in the jungle after the Roche fight, they only lost the Shadow Fiend, and they forced double buyback, and no one else dies. And then they get some extra pickoffs just for fun. They dive all the way into the base, almost to the tier 4s. No one dies again. They're playing so well in Toronto.
They're exactly together. They're just playing so well as a team. Like, dude, those are plays that a lesser team would be punished very heavily for. That would cost them the whole fight. And what happens to University of Toronto? Everyone just escapes fine, and then they find an Ursa in the jungle. Slardar is about to kill him with a great Inkspell effect. Just kidding. Ursa, actually,
Both
with the
supports
BKB and
down.
Rage.
He's
Yeah,
alone.
both supports on the back line. That's what Mio does. Before Ursa can even kill one, he's killed two. Speaking of Ursa and kills, Ursa is killed. Then the high ground is breached. The Shadow Fiend teams up, takes out Legion Commander in the cloud. Cancer desperately trying to do anything. You know what's funny? The Scrimstroke ult normally would be good, but Cancer has no teammates alive, so there's no one for it to attach to.
The Rolling Thunder
The only
again.
teammate he has alive. I misspoke. He has no teammates alive. And
Is he gonna get the Shadow Fiend? He does, but I mean, he dies
he
here.
does get the
No
Shadow
way
Fiend.
he's
No
out.
buybacks. He will not survive this one. Out of mana, out of time, out of life. Godlike spree. What is Toronto gonna take?
20-1 on this Rickamaru right now.
Dire's top tower.
I don't know if we're gonna
Mio,
see a
I mean, we
Rickamaru.
said he played phenomenal last game, and this game is no
Yes.
exception.
Yes. If we go to a next game, I don't think there's gonna be a Rickamaru in it.
Dire's middle tower is under
I imagine they'll ban it, but the question is, they're doing.
Oh no!
the Blink
Oracle
Stun.
once again. Every time he does anything, he just dies, man.
They just have so much catch. You look at
Toronto.
this Rickamaru Slardar, you can't show on any support. In the last fight, you see the two supports on UIC kind of hiding in the trees. They're unfortunately under a nice high ground ward here placed by Toronto.
Dire's
Mio just kills them both.
Yeah.
attack.
Nothing you can do to get away from him. He has the Abyssal, Diffusal, that smoke screen as well. Like, he is just so strong.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yes.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Hey, there's
are.
a repair kit.
Still unable to get the high ground though. So UIC stalling this game out, but it is now a 23,000 gold advantage for Toronto.
Matt, and this is without with only one base building down. Gold advantage. Like this gold advantage is normally only acceptable like maybe with an alchemist or after the game is over, right? Like right before you actually finish the ancient and you've taken all lanes. But 24 gold advantage without actually claiming a Rax. Like this is a real advantage.
Yeah. Does Sammy have
Potentially an
dual
ode
damage
to
yet?
the great
Yeah, he
defense
does.
of
He has
UIC.
18. Sammy gets a blade mail. Blink blade mail, 34 minutes. That is just such a sad game for him. The clockwork is closing in.
Yeah, clockwork is very close.
Another halberd is what they're itemizing for on clockwork. So that'll be the second one for their team, as they do have one completed already on the Slardar. And Ursa's game wasn't hard before. Double halberd? How do you deal with this?
I just, my biggest, I was gonna say the blade mail is good, right? Because it puts the value, the net worth of the enemy team against them because they're dealing damage to themselves when they hit you. But it doesn't change. Like UIC's issue still, in my opinion, Ricky, is their lockdown. Their only stun is Rubik.
We're getting a smoke on smoke action here.
Defensively. Oracle's lockdown is also a purge, so it's probably not going to get used.
Oh, they're so close.
Well.
They are so close.
Insane.
Oh my god.
Right by each other.
Inches.
Ursa's pop.
Ooh.
They see him. They see him. They have to see him. They see him. They see him. No, we don't. We fight on the hill. Slardar on the backside. Sammy caught by Clockwork. Ursa, BKB, disarm, going nowhere. Huge ult from Magnus Carlsen onto Sammy. Takes him out of the fight. Next, we have Cancer saved. Finally, Oracle gets an ult off, but I don't think anything's going to come from it. Next up,
crumbling.
We have Oracle, Legion Commander, and Ursa. All of them, Ricky. It's done. It's UIC, man. There's nothing they can do.
That's it, man. Game number 2, or I guess
It's
game number
called.
3, rather. University of Toronto. They're feeling it, baby. What a heck of a game.
Fantastic comeback from Toronto. And Ricky, we're going to a game 3 in our best of 5.
Yep, absolutely. We'll be, man, what a game. Actually, what a All right, everyone. Welcome back. What a fantastic game, right, Carlo? How was that? Pretty solid one, right?
I think that's what we wanted. Whether you're a UIC fan or whether you're a Toronto fan, I assume what everybody wants probably was to go to the maximum amount of games for the grand finals, the best players, the best team, the best game. Fine, I'll say it. Ricky, I'm very happy that Toronto brought it back after that performance. I'm happy we're going to see it again. I'm happy we got to see these teams play, and I'm happy that we get to see them play again